The Maltese Falcon, written by Dashiell Hammett and produced in 1930, is a classic American detective novel that helps shape the modern gritty crime scene. Over time, it has become one of the most studied and respected mystery novels in American literature. Even though it was written nearly a century ago, it still feels intense and modern because of its realistic characters and sharp dialogue. This presentation focuses on the novel itself and why it remains important to this day. Dashiell Hammett was born in 1894 and worked for the Pinkerton National Detective Agency before becoming a writer. His experiences as a real detective strongly influenced his fiction. Unlike many earlier mystery writers who created elegant, almost perfect detectives, Hammett wrote about investigators who felt real, flawed, practical, and shaped by harsh environments around them. His background allowed him to include realistic investigative methods, believable criminal behavior, and authentic dialogue. Because of this, his writing marked a turning point in detective fiction. He became known for creating serious crime stories that focus not just on solving puzzles, but on exploring corruption, moral choices, and human weakness. The novel is set in San Francisco during the late 1920s. The city is not described in a romantic or glorious way. Instead, it feels tense, shadowy, and filled with danger. Offices, hotel rooms, and dark streets create an atmosphere of suspicion and unease. The genre of the novel fits best into gritty crime and detective fiction. It focuses on crime, deception, and morally complex characters rather than lighthearted mystery. The tone is serious and sometimes cold, reflecting a world where trust is rare and survival often depends on intelligence and emotional control. The story centers on Sam Spade, a private detective who serves as the protagonist. Spade is intelligent, observant, and emotionally controlled. He does not easily trust others, and he often keeps his thoughts to himself. Unlike traditional heroes, he is not overly kind or dramatic. Instead, he follows his own strict personal code. Bridget O'Shaughnessy is a mysterious woman who first approaches Spade for help. She appears vulnerable at first, but as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that she is more complicated than it seems. Caspar Gutman, often described as wealthy and determined, is obsessed with finding the Maltese Falcon. His calm and polite behavior contrasts with his intense ambition. Joel Cairo is another character searching for the Falcon, and clearly hiding information. Each of these characters has personal motives, and their interactions create consistent tension. No one is completely honest, which makes the story unpredictable. The novel begins when Bridget O'Shaughnessy hires Sam Spade for what seems like a simple case. However, events quickly take a darker turn, and Spade becomes involved in a dangerous search for a priceless jeweled statue known as the Maltese Falcon. As more characters enter the story, it becomes clear that they are all chasing the same object. The investigation leads to deception, shifty alliances, and growing danger. Spade must be careful, questioning everyone while protecting himself from threats on all sides. Conversations are often tense and layered with hidden meanings. Characters frequently lie or withhold information, forcing Spade to rely on observation and logic. Without revealing major plot twists, the story builds suspense by slowly uncovering motives and testing loyalties. The mystery is not just about finding the Falcon, but about understanding what people are willing to sacrifice to get what they want. One major theme in the novel is greed. The Maltese Falcon represents wealth and power, and characters become consumed by the desire to possess it. Their obsessions show how greed can cloud judgment and destroy trust. Another important theme is betrayal. Throughout the story, promises are broken and alliances shift. Trust is fragile, and characters often act in their own self-interest. The novel also explores the idea of a personal moral code. Sam Spade operates in a corrupt world, yet he follows his own rules. Even when faced with difficult decisions, he refuses to completely abandon his principles. Finally, illusion versus reality plays a strong role. Characters often pretend to be something they are not. Appearances can be misleading, and discovering the truth requires patience and careful thinking. One of the most unique aspects of this novel is its realistic portrayal of a detective. Sam Spade is not glamorous or overly heroic. He is practical, emotionally distant, and focused on results. This made him very different from earlier fictional detectives. Another unique element is the strong use of dialogue. Much of the story unfolds through conversations rather than long descriptions. This creates a fast-paced feeling that allows readers to learn about characters through what they say and what they choose not to say. Hammett uses symbolization throughout the novel. The Maltese Falcon itself symbolizes unattainable desire and false promises. While it appears incredibly valuable, it ultimately represents how people chase dreams that might not bring satisfaction. Imagery is also important. The frequent descriptions of shadows, closed spaces, and tense facial expressions create a dark and serious mood. Dialogue serves as a powerful literary device as well. Characters reveal their personalities through sharp, direct speech. This style keeps the story realistic and intense. Although the novel did not win any major awards, when it was first published, it later gained significant recognition. Critics and scholars now consider it one of the most influential detective novels ever written. Many literary experts credit Hammett with refining crime fiction by making it more realistic and psychologically complex. The novel is frequently included in a list of the greatest American novels and is studied in high school and college literary courses. In my opinion, the novel stands out because of its strong atmosphere and complex characters. The tension feels consistent and the moral choices make the story more meaningful than a simple mystery. While the heavy dialogue can sometimes require careful attention, it also makes the characters feel real and intelligent. I appreciate the story focuses more on psychological and ethics more than action alone. It feels serious and thoughtful without being overly complicated. Overall, The Maltese Falcon remains an important and engaging novel that continues to influence crime and detective stories to this day. Its realistic characters, strong themes, and tense atmosphere make it more than just a mystery about a stolen object. It is a story about human desire, loyalty, and moral choices. For readers who enjoy suspense, complex characters, and classic literature, this novel is definitely worth reading and continues to hold its place as one of the best detective novels of all time.